This is breaking news from RTV6, working for you.
That breaking news happening right now on the north side. 3 people shot. 1 of them has died. The investigation is just getting underway, and this all happened just a short time ago. This is a live look right now from the scene in the 1900 block of North Oxford Street. The 2 people injured were rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Keep checking the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com as more information becomes available.
Say something needs to be done. We are the something. We are the something. We need to sit at the table and figure out the somehow.
A call to action tonight from the east side. Community leaders and families impacted by gun violence are asking everyone living in Indianapolis to come together. They say it's going to take everyone to help put an end to the senseless violence in our city. Marching side by side, community members on the east side are uniting, each one hoping for an end to the violence and an end to young lives being taken from their loved ones too soon.
There was a 14-year-old boy that was shot just last night. We're losing lives. We're losing our babies' lives, our children's lives, our youth lives. And these are supposed to be our future.
The Peace Walk started at 42nd and Post Road. City County Councilor Lakeisha Jackson sponsored the walk and took time to discuss what she thinks is leading to violence in Indianapolis.
We have reasons why people are picking up guns. Conflict resolution that can't be resolved, or they feel it can't be resolved. We're battling on social media, and that escalates to another situation.
She says it's going to take a collective effort from not only the government, but from everyone, including schools and parents working together.
It's a health crisis, folks. It's an epidemic, folks. And if you don't believe it, the numbers as of Thursday was 117. We had a couple more shootings since then, murders. And I'm just talking about the murders.
Marching today were parents like Trey Thompson. He's a father of 3 kids, all under the age of 13.
It's very important to teach them so young, to let them know that not only is there hope and everything, that, you know, that they can also make a change also.
Mothers like Portia Harris, who are raising their kids on the Far East Side, want to see that change happen to make it safer for her family.
And I got 2 boys, and I feel like they need better. And Post Road is just going down. They doing dumb stuff. They robbing people, and you can't even go outside at a certain time and be safe.
The question often comes up, how does a peace walk make a difference? Those walking today say it's a way to send a message that they care and they want our city to be a safer place.
We have to do what we have to do. It takes a village to raise a community. And if we don't come out and speak up, cry out, then no one else is going to do it.
The point is to let them know, that the community know that we are concerned about making change and that we are here. And the question I have is, why didn't they march with us?
They say each step is a step closer to their goal, a safer community to live in. And the most recent homicide stats from IMPD as of October 10th show 122 homicides this year. 35 of those have been cleared by arrest. There are groups all across our city working to help end the violence, and they need volunteers. 52 projects just received part of $2.3 million in crime prevention grant money from the city. And developing tonight, a 7-year-old girl, Marion girl, is in the hospital tonight after someone fired shots into a home, wounding her in the knee. Doctors say she will be okay. This happened just after 6 this evening in the 1000 block of West 17th Street. Police have no suspects in custody at this time. And tonight, the legacy of a Brownsburg teenager who died in a car crash in December of 2015 is living on. His family is helping provide opportunities for other children through a passion their son had. RTV6 reporter Graham Hunter is finding out how they hope providing another child with a music scholarship will help make a difference.
I would say to parents, let your kids drum.
That was a choice Gina Tex never regretted making for her son, Noah Tex.
He was so full of life, and he was so passionate about his music.
A life that ended too early. Tex was 17 years old when he died in a car crash along with 3 other teenagers. None of the teens is wearing a seatbelt.
After Noah passed away, we started a scholarship for the Butler University percussion camp.
It was a camp Noah went to multiple times.
He was so inspired when he came back.
Hannah Tex says her brother Noah's passion would fill the whole house.
He had a drum set at home, so it would just echo throughout the whole entire house.
The family put on its second fundraiser for the scholarship fund Saturday night. The last time they raised over $7,000 that allowed them to give away scholarships to the camp each year.
And we've done 3 a year for the last 4 years.
The camp is open to kids 12 to 18. It's expensive, and the recipients of the Noah Tex Memorial Scholarship often come from single-parent homes with financial difficulties.
This scholarship allows us to keep his memory alive, inspire others that have that same passion.
Like the passion of this little rock star, which lives on in more ways than one.
We didn't know what to do with this drum set. That was more important to him than his car.
The drumming goes on. The drum set was donated to Butler University to use during the percussion camp.
They decided to use it as their house set at the Sherratt Center at Butler University, and so we can go see him whenever we want. It would be sad if they sat around and get dusty. You know, he wants them to be played.
Working for you, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Graham, thank you. Tonight's fundraiser brought in $4,600, and you can help the dream of drumming live on for other kids in need by writing a check to Butler University and writing in that memo line, Noah Tex Memorial. The money will go right to the scholarship fund. New developments now. Metro Police say they found the principal vehicle involved in a deadly hit and run on the south side. They released video of the GMC Envoy yesterday, and earlier today they found it, but they are still looking for the driver. Police say the Envoy was traveling south on Madison Avenue just before 6 o'clock Friday morning when it struck 60-year-old Bobby Watkins as he walked in the left travel lane. The Envoy sped away, but moments later Watkins was struck by an Indigo bus as he laid on the ground. Again, police have that vehicle in question, but not the driver. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. Let's get a check now of your Storm Team 6 forecast with meteorologist Kyle Mounts.
Yeah, and we are wrapping up a beautiful Saturday across central Indiana. We made it to that 70-degree mark earlier today, and we're still sitting pretty comfortable out there as we approach 11:30. It's 57 degrees, a very light wind out of the south, but that south wind will keep temperatures fairly mild overnight. Now, that said, we do have a bit of a cool pocket that's been setting up here to the west around Crawfordsville and Greencastle. Temperatures into the upper 40s, but you're at 57 in Columbus and 58 still in the Muncie area. Satellite and radar shows that we've got some cloud cover, and all we've had as far as showers, those moving through Benton County and around Fowler. The rest of us going to be staying dry through the overnight, and as you get ready to head out the door Sunday morning, temperatures right around that 50-degree mark with mostly cloudy skies. We'll take you through your Sunday, including the Colts game forecast. We've got some Monday storms to talk about and winds of change in the 7-day forecast.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Well, the dog kennels and cat cages at Indianapolis Animal Care Services are full, so the shelter is once again offering free adoptions. In addition to the space issues, the shelter also has a large number of animals that have been at the shelter longer than 30 days and some more than 100 days. Adoptions are currently free. Indianapolis Animal Care Services is open from 10 to 6 tomorrow. IACS staff says they will have to make some tough decisions if there isn't an increase in adoptions soon. The IACS shelter is in the 2600 block of South Harding Street on the city's south side. A small group of protesters gathered downtown to make their voices heard in a nationwide event called National Period Day. People in cities across the U.S. are demanding that feminine hygiene products be made more accessible to all women. Indiana is one of 35 states that have a sales tax on feminine hygiene products, which are considered to be non-essential. Former Democratic State Representative Christina Hale was the first Indiana lawmaker to propose removing the sales tax from feminine products.
Families and young women and girls, even older women, spend hundreds and thousands of dollars over their lifetime to pay taxes on necessary feminine hygiene products just to take care of their most personal business every month. And it's something that, like baby formula, you know, you have to have it, you must do it, so it likely shouldn't be taxed.
Hale's 2016 proposal failed to pass in the General Assembly. Organizers of today's rally say the need for change must not be ignored. They say 1 in 4 women struggle to afford feminine products due to a lack of income. A special event downtown today provided full-service compassion to Indy residents in need. Volunteers came together at the American Legion Mall for a day of service project called Feed to Feed. They provided meals, haircuts, care packages, and other resources to people who are often underserved, including the homeless, battered women and children, and people struggling with drugs and mental illness. Organizers say they are pleased with the success of this year's event, and they want to expand their efforts, but they say they can't do it alone.
We need a lot of community participation. We need people to donate, to volunteer, to even give their organizations resources so that we can provide the best quality of community service and outreach that we can.
Feed to Feed is the brainchild of national recording artist Rodney Bryant. He and his team are partnering with organizations such as the American Heart Association and Goodwill Industries. Thousands of breast cancer survivors, along with their family members and caregivers, united today in Indianapolis for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. Organizers say Making Strides is not just a walk, but it is a movement focused on ending breast cancer. Every dollar raised makes an impact, whether it's fueling breast cancer research or helping patients get to treatment. Currently, more than $64 million raised through walks like this one across the country is helping with breast cancer research grants.
Actually, with breast cancer, we have increased survival rate for that. So it's a really good thing to have less people who are suffering, but we are still bringing awareness every day, and especially during this month, we're pinking out the whole month.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and here are some important takeaways leaders with the American Cancer Society want you to know. Women ages 40 to 44 should have the option to start screening for a mammogram every year. Women ages 45 to 54 should get a mammogram annually, and for women 55 and older, women can switch to a mammogram every other year. A night of glamour and fun, all for a worthy cause. The Grand Masquerade is one of the city's premier fundraisers. The JW Marriott Ballroom was all decked out for the event, which raises money to help clients at the Damien Center. Over the past 32 years, Damien Center has impacted the lives of those affected by HIV, mostly through the support of members of the Indianapolis community. There was some star power on hand tonight, and we're not just talking about our very own Mark Mullins, who co-emceed the event with TV star Carson Kressley of Queer Eye fame. Tonight, there's a consumer alert about a popular baby sleeper. Why there's the concern the design of this product could put your child in a deadly position. A heart-stopping moment caught on camera. The selfie that got one woman booted off a cruise ship for a lifetime. Kyle.
And our weather's quiet right now, but that's also a good time to make sure you got that Storm Shield app loaded up and ready to go ahead of Monday's storm chances. We'll take a closer look at the timeline and the impacts. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Please, we have the meat.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
The humanitarian crisis is growing as tens of thousands of Kurds are being forced to flee their homes. A negotiated ceasefire appears to be falling apart, and now there's word Kurdish forces will pull back from a safe zone along Syria's northern border with Turkey. Here's ABC's Kenneth Moten with the very latest.
A senior Syrian Kurdish official now says his forces will pull back from the border after Turkey allows the evacuation of its remaining fighters and civilians. A tenuous ceasefire deal reached on Thursday appeared to be crumbling amid reports of continued fighting. According to a senior U.S. official, the Syrian Democratic Forces accused the Turks of violating the deal, but Turkey says it was only defending itself.
We hope that as of tonight and tomorrow, they will stick to this agreement and leave the area because we do not want to see any further clashes.
Turkey's incursion of Syria began when President Trump pulled U.S. forces from Syria, a decision that has frustrated both Democratic and Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Even Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is saying withdrawing U.S. forces from Syria is a grave strategic mistake, but the president standing by his decision.
Sometimes you have to go through some pain before you can get a good solution, but the Kurds are very happy about it.
The Kurds are calling Turkey's assault an attempt at ethnic cleansing. More than 160,000 people have been forced to flee, many now blaming President Trump. This man escaped with his family 3 days ago. The man who leaves his supporters is a traitor, he says of President Trump. Many fleeing to refugee camps in Iraq, leaving everything behind. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
An item many new parents swear by could actually pose a big safety risk. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the design of the Rock and Play sleeper can be deadly. It allows babies to sleep on an incline of up to 30 degrees. Experts say when it's up that high, a baby's head can fall forward and that can block their airway, leading to suffocation. 59 babies have died in these types of sleepers since 2005. The commission will formally consider tougher standards for these types of sleepers next week. It might be the ultimate selfie, but it just got a woman banned from a cruise ship for life. Take a look at this photo here. The woman seen here standing dangerously on the top of the railing of her room's balcony. She was on a trip aboard a Royal Caribbean ship heading towards Haiti, and a fellow passenger snapped this picture, and thinking she was possibly going to jump, he alerted the crew. Well, the woman was identified and later removed from the ship when it reached Jamaica. Royal Caribbean says it does not permit any such reckless and dangerous actions, and as a result, the woman and her companion are banned for life from any of its future trips. New numbers show more and more people are actively doing what they can to avoid the dreaded robocall. Active registrations on the National Do Not Call list increased over the past year. The registry is maintained by the Federal Trade Commission, which allows you to opt out of receiving most legal telemarketing calls. The FTC's new data shows that the total number of consumer complaints decreased slightly for a second straight year. Of those complaints, however, nearly 3 of every 4 were about robocalls. People most often filed complaints about imposter scams, which saw a significant jump over the last fiscal year. All right, Kyle, today was beautiful. Could we have asked for a better Saturday?
Yeah, we don't want to block this weather here. And tomorrow's going to be another great day of weather here across central Indiana. As we go through the next couple of days, there are some changes, though, that are going to be taking place. Right now, our weather is very quiet. Temperatures 57 degrees in Indianapolis. You've chilled down into the 40s, though, in Kokomo, and 51 right now in Bloomington. There is a cold front that's going to be making its way across our area overnight tonight, but it's going to kind of wash out, and there's really not a big pool of cold air behind this thing. You can see there are some 40s and lower 50s as you get into Minnesota, but immediately behind the front, not a real big change for us. And tonight, temperatures dipping down into the middle and upper 40s, 47 Peru, Lafayette, and Muncie, 49 Indianapolis into the Columbus area, and we will still have those clouds around, I think more so than what we had today, even as we go into the afternoon. But what's important here, we don't have any rain in the forecast. And because of that, the roof is going to be open tomorrow at Lucas Oil Stadium for the Colts game as they take on the Texans for tailgating at 11 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures in the lower 60s, middle 60s for kickoff, and partly sunny skies, a light southwest wind, and numbers will actually get into the lower 70s tomorrow afternoon. 71 for you in Danville, 73 in Rushville, and Kokomo at an even 70 degrees. So a little above average for this time of year. Spectacular, though, as that weather is lining up nicely for the weekend. Heading back to work, and maybe the kids are done with fall break and heading back to school on Monday. We've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, temperatures that will stay in the 60s. So here's a look at TrueCast and the timeline for you. 8 o'clock Monday morning, just a couple of isolated showers at that point. Then we see this line of thunderstorms moving through mid to late morning from southwest to northeast across the area. Could have a couple of strong to possibly severe storms thunderstorms, lunch hour, a little stormy around Muncie and into Connorsville, and then just a couple of lingering showers into our Monday night before that system moves east. Right now, there is a marginal risk across areas southeast of Indianapolis that we could have some gusty winds and a few of those thunderstorms that might be bumped a little bit more to the north. We'll keep tabs on that and have an update for you tomorrow. 7-day planning forecast, though, behind the rain, much cooler. Tuesday, a high of 58. It's going to be breezy as well. We'll keep that breeze going on Wednesday, but temperatures moderate a little bit back into the 60s.
I'm excited for tomorrow's weather because we're taking pictures for our save the date for our wedding next year.
Beautiful weather for it. Yeah, do it tomorrow, not Monday.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle. All right. Well, the folks at Pixar certainly know how to dazzle an audience, but tonight we think you will be equally dazzled by what goes on behind the scenes. That's coming up next when the news at 11 continues.
And refined Atlas SE with technology.
Since 1995, Pixar films like Toy Story have become a staple in homes around the world. But what goes into making one film is more than anyone could imagine. Annie Taylor shows us the science and technology behind the movies, so the next time you see one, you'll experience it in a whole new way.
Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend.
From Toy Story to Cars.
I like Mom's new job.
And The Incredibles.
There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
Pixar movies are blockbuster hits year after year. But unlike a regular feature film, an animated movie can take years to make.
I think when people hear that a film is made using a computer, they think that you push a button and something magical happens and a movie pops out at the other end. But it actually requires an immense amount of work to make an animated film.
Kachun Yu is a curator for the traveling Pixar exhibit being housed at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. And he says art isn't the only element of the Pixar production pipeline. There's storyboards, modeling, and rigging, which allows animators to move the characters' body parts more freely. Another one is simulation.
In Brave, Merida's hair actually took a lot of work in order to make it look realistic, to have it look springy, but not so unrealistic that it did weird things when they animated it.
Lighting creates mood or determines day or nighttime, but in the movie Finding Nemo, using different lighting colors like yellow make the fish appear to be swimming closer to the surface, while using dark blue makes it look like deep water. And then there's rendering, which this single frame in the movie Coco took 89 hours to render.
The reason why it takes so long, partly, is because of all the lights involved. So not only are you looking at the lights bouncing off the characters and reaching the virtual camera, but the light has multiple bounces.
We learned the production of an animated film can take anywhere between 6 to 18 months, but the entire movie from start to finish can take 2 to 7 years to make, where a traditional Hollywood film on average takes less than 2 years to complete.
No way! It's a wizard step.
The next Pixar movie to hit theaters will be Onward in March 2020. And now you'll be able to appreciate how it all comes to life. I'm Annie Taylor reporting.
$99 this week only at Ashley Home Store.
Halloween is just under 2 weeks away, and while a majority of kids will load up on the sweet stuff, some won't be able to because of potentially life-threatening food allergies. So again, this Halloween, the Teal Pumpkin Project is in full swing. It's to raise awareness about children dealing with food allergies, and it's a way to make the trick-or-treating experience enjoyable for all kids. The group Food Allergy Research and Education, or FAIR, encourages homeowners to put a teal pumpkin on their doorstep. This will let families know there are non-food treats like small toys available to the kids. FAIR also encourages those participating to add their house to an interactive map on its website, foodallergy.org. And communities across the state are making sure kids get a lot of use out of their Halloween costumes. In Noblesville today, families took advantage of the beautiful weather to head out to the annual family Halloween party. Area businesses lined up to take part in the trick-or-treating village at Federal Hill Commons. Kids got to take part in games and, of course, leave with lots of candy.
Have you had fun? Did you get any candy?
Yes.
What's your favorite candy?
Skittles.
It's been great. There's so many kids out here and families, and it's just it's a really cool thing that Noblesville does to get the community together. It's a beautiful day. It's local businesses promoting and giving back to the community.
Noblesville and Holds is just a great community, and anytime we get to come out and be part of it, it's awesome.
Well, the City of Noblesville's Parks and Recreation Department says this event is a safe and fun way for kids to trick or treat while getting to learn about local businesses, and they were right about the beautiful weather.
Yeah, some great weather out there. The photographer was getting in the way of him eating his candy, though.
Of course.
Right. Well, a little early to talk about that trick-or-treat forecast, but tomorrow is looking spectacular here. We'll have partly sunny skies. Those temperatures warming quickly. Highs in the lower 70s tomorrow afternoon.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. Have a great night.